Hello, everyone. This is BizChicksTV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with our social media strategist, Miss Terry Johnson. Terry Johnson online everywhere, and she's here with us all the way from New York City. We are so happy to have her in the house. I hope that you are ready. Are you prepared? Do you have your pen? Do you have your pencil? Are you ready to take down those special nuggets that are going to help your business accelerate? With that, we just want to say, hey, welcome to BizChicks TV, and we are so happy to have you here. We hope that you will share this out to your friends. We also would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. In addition to that, we want you to know that we would love for you to become a part of Biz Chicks. And if you're looking to join, you can just text Biz to 33777. Meanwhile, if you're looking to connect with Miss Terry Johnson online, we want you to know that there are multiple ways to get a hold of her, and here are just a few. Terry Johnson Online.live, Biz Chicks Facebook page, or Biz Chicks Facebook group. You can find her there. And also, she'll be back on later today to augment what she's going to start in this conversation. Terry, what do you have for us today?
Well, good morning, everybody. I was just checking my notes to make sure that I have the right title for,
Mm-hmm.
because I always put it up and then I forget when I get in here because I'm going off the top of my head from just having knowledge and stuff. So, but I hope everybody's ready for the topic for today. It's called Show Your Value, which
Oh,
means
okay.
show the value of your content. We've been talking about content this last few weeks, and I
Mm-hmm.
I put up a post on my Facebook. I said February is for content lovers.
Oh, okay.
So we are loving content because that is the fuel for your engine of everything that you're doing online for your business. Content
Mm-hmm.
is the fuel that runs the car of your business online, because I think people don't realize what they need to do with their business to be known, to get attention, to show what they're all about. I think people are confused, and I mean, let me know if I'm right, but that's what I get
I just
from.
think there's so many choices that it
Right.
is confusing. And a confused mind will not make a decision.
Exactly. If a human is presented with too many choices, I think I gave an example: Baskin Robbins 31 flavors, then I go in there and get chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Or,
But if you
or
give the human brain can only process so much,
mm-hmm.
so you don't want to give. It seems like we want to give all of these choices, like you want to have all of these things that you're offering in your business, but if you're confusing your customer, they're not going to buy anything.
Mm-mm.
I think that's the reality of it. So from what I see when I'm online, I'm in forums, I'm in groups, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. I read the comments of people saying this and that, and I'm like, it's simple. It's simple, because you're getting it confused. You're seeing influencers. And
Mm-hmm.
I use Gen Z for the example, but they're older influencers. But you see influencers getting on dancing and flipping and and all, and you're like, okay, how come they're getting hundreds of thousands of views or lots of followers? That's because an influencer needs to have followers, because they take that to the brand or the company to get a sponsorship. Are we as business owners getting is that the end goal?
No, we're looking for
Sponsorship from a
customers.
brand?
We're looking for customers who are willing to make a purchase.
Yes. So why are you concerned with what the influencers are doing? I said it several times. I'll say it again. That's the influencer track. They're not business owners. Those people doing reels and TikToks and stuff, the ones that have all of these likes and get off of the likes and followers, please. For business owners, if you're an influencer, go at it. Have
Mm-hmm.
fun, enjoy. Business owners, you need to plan That's why I've been talking about a marketing plan since December. You need to plan and strategize. So that's what we're talking about, planning and strategizing the best way to create a content strategy that's going to get dollars in your business bank account. Not,
Mm.
I've got 100 million followers. What do you do with those? Well, I'll tell you what the influencer does. They go to Pepsi or Nike or whoever, Shopify, you name them. They go there and say, hey, I got 100 million followers that care about this topic. And they
Mm-hmm.
make brand sponsorship deals where the brand pays them. That's not what we're doing. Terralina
Yeah.
just said, you want to run your business and get more customers
We're looking for
using the
customers.
tools. Right, using the tool of social media and being online. Why? Because everybody's there. Now, we've said before, everybody is not the customer, not your customer. Let's start. I have to keep saying that. I see that. I still see it everywhere. Oh, I want to reach everybody. I want to sell to everybody. No, you don't. You want to have a
Mm.
specific audience, target audience. We talked about how to do that, how to find it. And now we're talking about the content that you need to create to, to get their attention, to build the trust, the relationship, and say, hey, you do the call to action. Come on over here to my website or to my thing, my shop, whatever you have, whatever sales system you have, hey, come on over here. I got what you need.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're about. So I think the confusion and the upset and the overwhelm is because they're trying to do what influencers do, or they see the numbers. And I said, you can't take likes to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see somebody try. Anybody out there? Was it successful when you went to your bank and you say, here's my bag of likes for social media?
I don't think you can deposit that, and
Woo!
you can't make withdrawals on it. Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see you pay your bills with the likes. Why are you so concerned with? I wish they would take them away, just like YouTube. YouTube took away the dislikes. Well, they didn't take away the dislikes. They took away the public number of
Mm-hmm.
dislikes because they know that's a psychological trigger. So remember, a lot of things that we need to know as business owners, as it pertains to social media and getting attention and building that relationship to bring a customer to you. There's a lot of psychological triggers in there because we're humans. So don't leave that out. But I really want to tell you, do not look at what now you can look at the influencers to see the trends of what kind of content they're making, and maybe you might want to do that. But we talked about TikTok and the dancing, and if you're not a dancer, no, I don't do that. I do other stuff. Will it get 100 million followers? No. So let's get that out. What you want is a system of getting attention online, which is why we're here every week talking about it, to where you build a relationship to say, hey, come on over to my party. Because as a business owner, your party, your platform, your house is not social media. Why? Because it can go down. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And get ready. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those will go down because they're built on computer systems. Computer systems are not up 100%. Show me a computer system and network that's up 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a car. Does your car not break down? If you have a new car, it breaks down less or nothing happens for a while. If you have an older car, guess what? You're getting that thing fixed all the time, or it's not starting, or it's not
Yeah.
this, or it's not that, right?
Yes.
Because these are mechanical things. So if we're using social media on top of a computer, a mechanical device, a physical device that has working parts are going to break. So that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. You do not ever, as a business owner, want to build your house on social media. So anybody that's telling you that, please don't listen to them. We're using social media as an attention getting tool to get the attention of your target audience, talk to them, find their pain point, find what the solution they need, and you say, hey, come on over to my house. I got the thing that you need that's going to fix your problem. And they say, okay, because you built up the trust with content,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked last week about all the different types. right? So
Yes.
you decide what content form they're going to be more receptive to. Give them that. Have your messaging together, which is what they want to hear. Messaging is what they need to hear or what they want to hear, so you can get the attention and say, hey, I got the solution to your problem. Because that's what people are online for, as business wise. We're not talking about entertainment. That's influencer, TikTok. We're talking about people that are actually, they need a solution to their problem.
Uh-huh.
And they're going online to do that, because that's where we are as a society. We're not at the place where you run used to have to run a radio ad, a newspaper ad. Who's
Mm-hmm.
doing that? Who's doing that as a business? You
Wow.
still can do that locally, but
Uh-huh.
it's very expensive.
Yes, it is.
So that's why social media is here, to where you can reach people organically, which means you post your message. Remember, we talked about fishing, put that bait in and reel in the fish, or you do paid ads, which will do the same thing, but you'll get better, faster results.
Mm.
Okay. So I felt like I had to say that, because we've been saying it here, there, and everywhere. But now we're at the part with content, you have to define it. So I'm saying show your content, which means show the value of your content. Show the value. And there's something called value proposition. So we're getting into the definition part.
Okay.
So let me get my notes and read the definition. Let me pull up so value proposition. That's where we're getting at, where you have to define. And hold on, I locked my iPad so it won't turn. Tell you, these devices make things easier than.
Mm-hmm. Then they
So
used to
we're
be.
at the part, right? So we've been talking about content, your audience and this and that. So now we're at the part where we're defining and creating content. But there's a piece you have to figure out, which is the value proposition. The value proposition. This is how you pull ahead of your competitors online. Because remember, everybody's there now. It was 10 years ago. A lot of people weren't on and I mean business. I don't mean people. A lot of
I know
businesses
what you're
were not.
saying.
They weren't using social media as a business tool. Now they are. So there's a crowd. So how do you stand out? So you start with this value proposition, and the definition is it's a promise of a value to be delivered. It's the specific solution that your business provides to a potential customer, which meets their needs. It's why they should buy from you. So you got to know. Value proposition is, why should that potential,
Mm.
because they're not a customer yet. You're trying to reel them in. Remember, fishing, so you got the bait of content. But that content has to be, that bait when you're fishing has to be specific. There's different types of bait for different types of fish, right? So
Yes.
you have to know why, the primary reason why they are going to buy from you and not the competitor, because you're not the only one, to put that in more specific terms, you're not the only one offering what you're offering, whether it's products or sale or
Mm-hmm.
services. Okay. It's like Carolina, let's say, take California cover-ups, for example. There are other businesses offering cover-ups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out what makes you stand out. First of all, you're doing California cover-ups. When you do California, that gives everybody a specific thing in mind of
Mm.
California. I think a song's about California. I think sunshine, hot, this and that. So
Beaches. Yes.
that's why. But
Mm-hmm.
that's part of your value proposition. Now, let me stop and say, a value proposition is not a slogan. It's not a tagline. It's not a mission statement. Those are different things. Like Nike's is just do it. That's not a value
Mm-hmm.
proposition. That's just something branding. That's branding. When you see the swoosh,
Yes.
and when you hear somebody, they've associated that's advertising. I'm talking about the value proposition. This is where you write down, and remember, we're writing this stuff down. Problems you want to solve for your potential customers. What makes your product or service the perfect solution? Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we've done all the work of defining the target audience, getting our messaging, getting our content goals. This is a process that you're going to write. You're writing this down, but you're not going to have to do this every day, every time. This is just, okay, we're starting fresh and we want to do this correct because we want the dollars in the bank account, in the business bank account. We're not doing influencer stuff. So does everybody get that? The value proposition. If not, we can talk about it some more. The value proposition. Why people are buying from you versus the competitors. And it's not, I hear this a lot. A lot of people going into a new business or starting, they're just so excited. Oh man, I'm going to have 1 million customers because what I got to offer is so good. Right? But there are other people giving out, or not giving out, there are other people in business doing the same thing that you're doing. So how do you stand out? Value proposition. Why does a potential customer want to buy from you? You got to figure that out before you start doing content. And I'm saying this is because people are doing content meaning posting the forms, and I talked about it, social media posts, blogs, podcasts, webinar, whatever you're doing. People are doing it and going, well, I'm not getting any results. Well, back to fishing. You want to catch tuna, what kind of bait do you use? Where do you go? Is tuna everywhere? Is tuna in a lake? Tuna's in the ocean. Right?
Yes.
So when you're going fishing, the trout, where do you go where do you buy for fishing for trout? You go to the ocean for trout? That's a lake fish. And it has a specific bait that it likes. So I'm not a fisherman. I'm just using that as a generalization because everybody can, you know what fishing is. You get on the boat, you get on the water, you have a rod and a reel and bait, right? Put it in the water, the fish catches it, and you catch the fish and you go home and eat. Everybody knows the basic of fishing. There's more to fishing than that, but I'm just saying the basics of it. Like everybody understands the process of fishing, but there's more to it. You have to know what kind of fish you want. Where does that fish hang out? What does that fish like to eat? Does it like lures or worms, or there's different kind of things? Okay. Then you have, so that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for tuna, you're not going to the lake. If you're looking for trout, you're not going to the ocean. So these are things that you have to say, okay, I have to have this in place. I have to know what it is I'm offering and how to get a buyer, how to attract a potential customer with content, because we're talking online. So content sounds easy. Oh, I'll just post a quote. That's what I say. Don't do that unless your business is the quotes. Like we use Mark, and Mark's not here today, but Mark, we're talking about you. But Mark, he's in that industry, that niche where he does you do put out quotes to get people thinking. But if I'm the cleaner or the bakery, just putting up what does that have to do with selling a cupcake? You put up things to attract people to come get your cupcakes, right?
Yes.
If you're a cleaner, what do? Pricing, the value of your service, those kind of things. Don't mess around with just quotes because I got to post something because some marketing expert, some expert said I got to post every day. And and what I hate about this is that they leave it hanging like that. Oh, post 3 times a day. Post what? It matters, is what I'm saying. It matters what kind of content you post in order to get the results you want. So that's the process we're talking about. Value proposition is one of those things.
Okay. Yes. This is a good.
You get
that? I'm so glad you're talking about this because the whole thing of posting 3 times a day and where do you post and what time do you post, and
isn't that confusing?
It is very confusing, and the question is it relevant to what you are trying to sell?
Yes. And see, the thing is, as a business owner using social media, that is not your first out of the gate selling. Your first out of the gate is, how do I get the attention and build a relationship to lead to the sale? See, people are starting with I'm going to get on social media and start selling. Buy my book, buy my this. And I'm like, well, first of all, who are you? And why should I don't really care. I got other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you meeting the solution to somebody's problem? Are you solving their problem?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't want to buy it. This is not in the grocery store. You know how you go to the grocery store and you're in the checkout line, there's a million things while you're waiting. That's called
Mm-hmm.
impulse buy. Nobody impulse buys online. We're there for specific items, specific information, specific help. When you provide it, you get the attention, and then you say, hey, come to over here to my house where you have your sales system set up, whatever it may be, and they want to buy because you built the relationship of showing how your product or service meets their need or solves their problem. It's really simple. You have to keep that in mind.
Okay. And
And
then
the
I
way
think
Go ahead.
and then I think it's we get confused because then we get all this jargon going. Funnels
Yes.
and tunnels and
That's why we here every week. Forget that stuff. You don't have to know what a ROI, CTA, call to act. I say call. I don't say CTA. So when you see, and I thank you for saying that because I saw this week on my Twitter because I'm in the marketing Twitter where marketing people talk to each other and they were saying about someone was saying about all of these acronyms and stuff that they
acronyms.
didn't know. And I'm like, you ain't got to know that stuff. You don't have to know that stuff. ROAS, CAC. You don't need to know that stuff. That's advertising speak. That's advertising agency speak. And I've been in there because I worked in that industry for a long time. So I know what those things are. I know that this past weekend was a Super Bowl, and uh that's the biggest time of the year for advertising agency. That's their Oscar. That's when they put the ads out that
Mhm.
okay, they got to bring their best, and it's because they're spending 6-7 million in ad. They got to keep the client. That's their busiest thing. I know that, but what I'm saying to you is you don't have to know all of the acronyms. Just know what it is you need to do. You need to get clear on who you are, your messaging. Who are you selling to? Are you meeting their need? And then you have a system to take them over. Come on over to my party because I come to my Tupperware party. Come to my Tupperware party. I got all the Tupperware over there.
Mm.
That's it. Because you are not an influencer doing what influencers do. They're posting 6 times a day, this, that, things flashing and blah, 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 to get more followers. Now, I'm not
Mm.
saying followers are bad. I'm just saying, as a business owner, the end goal for me is what's the number in my Stripe account? What's going on in
Uh-huh.
that Stripe account?
Yes.
What kind of sales are going on in that Stripe account?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm concerned with. Pointing and dancing on TikTok, yeah, that's cool, but likes
Mm-hmm.
are great. How many views? All of that is great. Are they buying? Ask yourself.
Well,
Are they
as
buying?
Sister Dixon used to say, talk
Are
is
they
cheap.
buying?
She would say, talk is cheap. It takes money to buy land.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. We need to be concerned with those things, and this is why I bring the topics that I bring, in order, in order to help business owners, non-influencers. Now, business owners, you can use influencer marketing. That means
Mm-hmm.
you connect with one of these influencers if you like, but I would say that would be one of the strategies to put lower on the list.
Mm.
You need
Okay.
to be making content that connects with your audience, with your
Yes.
target audience. Don't even say audience, but your target audience, which is why you need to do the work up front with the plan and the strategy, write it down, and then you're good because you got your plan.
Wow.
And you just add on to it. And then every day you do the work of, okay, I know I need to post this, or I need to do that, or I need to be on Instagram, or I need to be on TikTok, wherever. Just do that and have the allotted time because you're not going to do this all day. And
Uh-huh.
then rinse and repeat.
Wow.
When you have a system, all you do is plug in everything, rinse and repeat. And
Mm.
then fine tune it every 6 months, a year. And that's why I started talking about it in December. I said it's time to make that marketing plan. If you don't have one, or if you have one and it didn't work for you, well, maybe it's time to start fresh. So that's why I was talking about it, and we'll continue to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, because when you get off schedule, and you know, a lot of things have thrown us off schedule these past couple of these,
Yeah.
we just say recently. So we suggested if
I
you're
know
off
we had the
schedule,
pandemic for the last 2 years, but now, as you can see from the news, things are coming out and people want to just,
people
it's
don't
still
care.
here with us, but they want to act like it's not. So
They're
things are
exhausted.
starting to move.
Yeah, they're exhausted and they're tired of waiting. So
I don't blame them. I understand that, but we're still,
it
you have
is what it is.
now it's an individual kind of thing where,
Mhm.
okay,
Every man for himself.
yes, yes.
Wow.
So we're gonna talk more about this, and join me, Terry Johnson Online Live. Here I was gonna bring up the
Mhm.
ticker. Thank you, StreamYard. And we're gonna talk about this at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Mhm.
And there's a post in the Facebook BizChicks Facebook page. There's a post in the BizChicks Facebook group, or you can go to Terry Johnson Online Live, or one of these three places. You're going to be able to join the conversation, because I know everybody has questions, and if you don't have a question, I know you have a thought about it.
Mhm.
So
Or
bring it
maybe we're
on. Let's
just
talk
so
about it.
confused we don't know where to start, Terry. So
That too. Say I don't know where to start. That
Mhm.
But you have to say something. I was on a live when I wasn't on a live, but I was on Instagram yesterday listening to a live from Mario Armstrong. If you're not following him, please follow him on Instagram, because he talks about a lot of this, but he talks about it for influencers, sponsorships and stuff like that. So he had a live yesterday, and he said, "I'm here. Ask me anything." And people were just like, I'm like, you got a chance to ask your question. So ask it.
Mhm.
Ask it. Closed mouth, don't get fed.
That's right.
So
That
ask
is right. So Terry will be back. What time are you going to be back, Terry?
9 a.m. Pacific time,
Oh, in about 4 minutes.
12
Oh
and a
no.
half an hour, 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. Okay. 30 minutes. Get your questions ready. We're going to be talking about this subject. Show me your content. Hmm.
We're showing the value, showing the
The
value.
value.
Yeah, the value. Showing the
Let's see.
value of your content. You have to
What
start with the
problem do you
value.
solve and how do you solve that problem?
That's it, right there. Value proposition.
Value proposition.
You got to know your value proposition. So we'll talk more about that.
Mhm. All right, guys. We want you to make sure that you know where to get back in touch with Terry in 30 minutes so that you can hear the rest of these strategies. It is at terryjohnsononline.live. Also, we want to remind you that if you're looking to become a part of the Biz Chicks community, a place where we all help one another and we learn things that help us run a profitable business that's fun to run, you can simply text biz to 33777. And somewhere down here, I'm scrolling through these.
I see it. Hold on, I got you. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Through these banners. Uh, Go ahead and just text that to us. We'd love for you to be a part, and we'd love to feature you and introduce you to other members. Good morning, Dr. Tachi, other members of the community, and so that we can help promote your business. Dr. Tachi is here with us often. She,
Yeah.
how you doing? We want you to follow her over there on Clubhouse, and also on Mediascope. She has a program called Mediascope, and we would love for you to tune into that on Wednesdays. Meanwhile, we're going to let Terry go because she's coming back with more strategies, and we just want her to have a great day. Hope all is well in New York City. All is
Everything's
well out
good.
here in California. It was the first day of child care for my granddaughter, my 2-year-old, and I'm excited. So
Oh, she went to day. She's gone to
this is her
daycare
first
to.
day for daycare.
Oh,
She's not running around while I'm live streaming. So, hi,
Exciting.
Yolanda.
She's
How
over
you
here excited. Hey, Yolanda.
doing? Hi, Yolanda. So, there have been a lot of distractions for many of us over the year because we've had to keep pivoting every 5 minutes for
Right.
various reasons. So, with that, I want you guys to make sure you tune in and find out if you got off track, how to get back on track with your social media strategies. Have a great day. And thank you again, Terry. We love you. And we'll see you in 30 minutes. All right.
Come on
Okay.
over.
Everybody, remember it's okay to be successful in your business. And don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Bye bye.